What is up, guys? MattWic here. We are back. NHL 24 Pittsburgh Penguins franchise mode, year 2. First thing we'll do, we'll get in here and double check these lines, or actually I'll show you guys the lines that we got coming into year 2. Like I said, I made quite a bit of changes. Obviously we got Macklin Celebrini. So let's take a look. This is what our lines look like here heading into year 2. Just for now, we'll see how it goes, and I like it with the +5. I do have Evgeny Malkin on the left wing with Sidney Crosby and Alex DeBrincat. Alex DeBrincat's been a player that I've been a big fan of since he came into the league, and I wish the Penguins would have drafted him in his draft class, but they did not, unfortunately. But we have him now. We have Ricard Raquel, Macklin, the Cracklin, Backlin, whatever you want to do. Come up with some nicknames in the chat or in the comments. Macklin Celebrini here, and then we got Brian Russ, who's actually an 87 overall, not too bad. We might flip-flop him and DeBrincat, but I like having DeBrincat up there as a sniper, playing with Malkin and Crosby. Then we have Drew O'Connor, Lars Eller, and Michael Bunting. And then fourth line, we got Kyle Okposo. He might be somebody we rotate in and out of the lineup. Jeff Carter and Mike Amadio, who I think would be someone as a pretty solid fourth line guy. He's got pretty decent stats all the way around, good numbers last year. Jeff Carter's got good face-offs. I have him on the power play, the second power play unit, just because I stacked up our top line with pretty much all of our other centers. And for whatever reason, he always puts up a ton of goals, so we'll hope he does it again this year. Like I said, Kyle Okposo will be a guy that we flip-flop in and out of the lineup. I did make one trade between the last video and this video that I did not show on camera, so I'll go over that. Kind of a bit of a fleecing, but I'll let you guys give me your opinion. I did set the trade difficulty. I saw some comments. I set the trade difficulty to hard, so there is that. And I also got a comment last night when I was getting ready to go to bed. Someone's like, "Hey, we need the Macklin Celebrini year 1." So here it is. You ask, I shall deliver. We've got it going on here. Also, they're doing some construction right outside of my house, so if anyone hears that, all the excavator noises, I apologize. But let's take a look here at the defense. There were some changes made here as well. Pretty much, yeah, half of our defense is different. We signed Chris Tanev. I think it was a 1 year. Yeah, 1 year, 5.5. That's all he wanted, so that's all I gave him. I think he'll be a nice addition to either play with Chris Letang or Erik Karlsson as both offensive defensemen. Matthias Samuelsson we got from Buffalo. Did we re-sign him? Yeah, we re-signed him as well. 6 years remaining at $4.2 million, which I think is a steal. We still have Ryan Graves. I know he's not doing too great this year, but he's got 5 years left on his deal. I don't think anybody's really going to want that contract with how he played. So I kept him around. I think he can be rehabilitated, though, so we'll see what happens. And then we had the old Beanster, Jake Bean, here playing on the third pairing as well. Just a solid offensive defenseman, I think. Hopefully won't take a lot of penalty minutes. Decent poise. I mean, look around at those stats. I mean, the only thing is face-offs he's not very good at. So I think we'll be fine there. I think he'll be a nice pairing with Ryan Graves. Hopefully add a little bit of offense to our lineup. Here's power play 1, absolutely stacked, but somehow the Penguins will still find a way, even with this, to not score, and that might come down to Crosby and Malkin not being very good power play players, which they have never been for their entire career. Sounds crazy to say, but Crosby, Malkin, Celebrini, DeBrincat, and Erik Karlsson to be the quarterback on power play 1. And I did go through the strategies as well to change like the distributor, the finisher, and whatnot. Second power play, a little bit weaker, but we'll see if we may move some pieces around, put some younger guys in. But I mean, Raquel, Rust, like I said, Carter always gets a ton of goals, so we'll see what happens. And then having a top elite defenseman back there is Chris Letang. And then we got the old Beanster here as well to maybe rack up some points. So we'll see what happens there. Biggest question mark is going to be goaltending. We have Joel Blomqvist and Tristan Jarry still on the team. Did not re-sign Ned just because of his overall. I feel like his overall and Jarry's overall in this are a little bit low, especially with the way Ned's playing now. I would put him in an 84. I think he was an 82, so there was just really no way I could keep him around. And I don't want Blomqvist to be the starter just yet. 22 years old, still a little bit young, but I do think he is a beast in the Penguin system. Pierre Maguire on Pittsburgh radio the other day was talking about how he is a sleeping giant down there in the AHL. So music to my ears. He's potential listed as a medium elite Very highly touted coming out of his draft class. Happy the Penguins could pick him up and glad he is developing. Scratched, we have John Ludwig and Valtteri Puustinen, who I do have him on the trade block just because I don't feel like he's a fourth or a third line guy. I like the guys we have, especially on our third line, and he's not getting in anywhere up here. And I don't, like I said, I don't think he's a fourth line player. So we have him scratched in on the trade block. And in the AHL, you might be able to notice pretty quickly what I did, and also I like the names on our first line. I tried to do it the second line. We didn't have a third B name though. We have Podkolzin, Ponomarev, and Puljujärvi there. Podkolzin and Arshdeep Bains I traded for from Vancouver. I think they gave them POJ, another prospect player who was like a low 70s guy for the Penguins, and I think like a 4th round pick, and they were more than happy to accept that. So like I said, it's on hard. I set it to hard before that trade, and I was looking around. I was like, I want some more depth on the left wing, and sure as shit, I got that trade. So we'll see if these guys can develop to possibly become NHLers. Like I said, with Okposo there, I want to see how he does, give him the chance because he is the veteran for the first couple games, and then we'll see if we maybe want to bring up Podkolzin or Bains or Puljujärvi or Ponomarev, really any of these guys to come up and maybe battle for that spot. I think Bains would get the first try because he has a 2-way contract, whereas Podkolzin only has a 1-way. So if we bring him up, he stinks. We can't really send him back down. We just have to waste him for the whole rest of the year. So we'll bring up Bains first, see what he can do. He'll get the first crack, and if he doesn't, we'll swap him around and see what we can do. Defense, nothing really too much to keep an eye on here. Rathbone, Jack St. Ivany, who I think should be higher overall based on how he's been playing so far. Maybe like a 75. give him some credit. We'll see what he is next year's game. Pickering, Semrukov, and then our third line pairing here is our fighting pair of Curtis McDermott and Michael Vukojevic to keep some of our younger guys safe. Then we still got some good goalie prospects as well. Taylor Gauthier and Sergei Murashov, who I think was, undrafted. I don't know if he's actual Penguins prospect or what, if he was just added in, or if I signed him, I can't really remember. But those are the lines. I think without further ado, let's kind of just get into it and start simming, see how the team goes. Like I said, remember, this is the 3-2-1 point system, so 3 points for a regulation win. If you do not get the regulation win, you get 2 points for an overtime win, and you get 1 point for an overtime loss. So like I said, those 3 points get split once you're not really split, but divided out once you get to overtime. So it pays to win in regulation. We'll see how we like it. I don't know if there's a way to change it if we don't like it. So we'll just suck it up, buttercup, and try to go from there. Let's go ahead though. We'll do the first week. We'll do the first month. We won't really make any changes, just see how the team plays. We'll maybe go to this Seattle game, actually. Let's do the first week, first 2 games, see what we got. Well, nice. We did, I was going to say, we did good in the preseason, and then we lose 7-1, so a little disappointing there. Thankfully, we won our second game in regulation, so let's see if we can take a little bit of revenge there on the Blues after that shellacking at their barn. We cannot. We lose 3-2 in regulation again, so the Blues might be a wagon, 4-0. Played us twice, though, so what does that really mean? But let's go ahead. We'll do the first month, just see what the guys do, then we'll take a look at you. Oh, man, come on. We'll take a look at the lines and see who's struggling. I think it's just going to be who's struggling, really. But, I mean, we got a young guy. What's this here? So we'd swap seconds. They're saying Puustinen's worth a 5th, and they'll give us Ethan Bear as well. I don't really want to do that because I don't want Ethan Bear, even though he's on a cheap contract. Let me just take a quick look at it. Ethan Bear, what's his overall? 78. Yeah, I really don't want him because he's just going to be an AHL guy. Top 4 defensive pairings, not on my team. So it'd pretty much just be Puustinen for a 5th round pick. And yeah, I'll pass on that. Sorry. Thanks, Washington. But no fleecing us over here. Gauthier, so they just want no. Get out of here. Oh, a little win streak there to end the year. So we're struggling a little bit, and then we pull off a little bit of a tear. Nice little what, six game win streak there. Not too shabby. 7-4. Where does that put us in the division? Are we number 1? No, we are 6th. So maybe a lot of overtime wins there. Jeez. That might be one annoying thing about this, is we won't really know if we got the regulation. I guess if it's a 1-goal game. But yeah, so Oh, we only played 11 games. Okay, so I just realized that, yeah. Rangers have 16 games played. We have 11, so we got some games to make up on them. Evgeny Malkin leading the team in points. You love to see that. Let's see how that first line is doing. So Malkin on the wing has to be doing pretty good if he's leading the team in points. Not bad. +3. Crosby, 21 minutes a night. Yeesh. And DeBrincat. You'd like to see those goals come up. Let's see here. Raquel, Macklin, Celebrini, Foschini. Let's move Rusty up and give Celebrini another option, because what's he listed as? He's a two-way forward. Let's give him another option to score, because it seems like Malkin's taken the lion's share of shots probably on that top line. So let's move Rust up, give another north-south guy, and let's switch to Brinket off and put him with Celebrini and see what they can do. What about this third line? Not a ton of production. Michael Bunting, 4 goals. That's not bad. Mike Amadio, let's see. Jeff Carter, I'm going to say over under 3.5 goals. I'm going to go over. 3. Oh, perfect line though at 3.5. So 3 goals, not bad on the fourth line. And then Okposo has 2 goals. Let's just give, actually no, we're on a win streak. We won't really change anything. I'll put DeBrincat back up there as well, just because, like I said, we're on a 6 or 7 game win streak, so don't want to change too much. We'll take a quick peek here as well at the draft class to see what the top end looks like. This should be all pretty much created players, I would assume, because of the, oh, what do we got here? Jacob Iswaka. That's got to be a real person, because there's no way the game's generating a name like that. There's Misa there as well. Anything crazy so far in the scouting department? Not really. Nobody really popping off the board at me there. There's our boy Chichkin. We got him in our drafted team. Yeah, nothing too crazy there. I don't know how far I really want to take this one. We'll go a little bit maybe towards the trade deadline, then I'll stop it there and ask you guys for your opinion, what you think we should do at the trade deadline pretty much. But let's hope we get there. Let's go to this back-to-back we have against the Rangers in Winnipeg. What do they want? 3rd for Baines? No, absolutely not. What are we getting in that trade? OT lost there. 3rd and a 3rd and Podkolzin for a 2nd. Jesus. I'm the fleecer, and they're trying to sit over here and fleece me up. Oh my god. A 2nd and Sinsberg. Oh my god. What is the... I might just take everything off, because we aren't getting any good trade offers. This is slowing it down so much. Gwinnett, I bet he's already like a fully developed like 28-year-old, and they're just like, hey, you want him? Impressive point streak though. We're still riding it. Still one of the least amount of games played in our division, which is a little I mean, it is what it is, kind of. We'll have a lot of back-to-backs, I'm sure, coming up here soon. But the first one here, we got the travel from Pittsburgh all the way up to Winnipeg. So it's going to be a bit of travel. Let's see if we can at least take the first leg of it before we have to travel all the way up there. I know it doesn't really matter in the simulation, but oh man, maybe it did, because we lost both games. We got Vancouver again. We beat them up pretty good, 6-3 last time. So let's see. Still bottom of the division. It's scaring me that we're so far down there, but I mean, I guess the rest of the division is really just tearing it up. Let's go here. Let's do 2-game sim. Can we beat Vancouver again? We can. Again, what are we doing here? Trades. Let's go. I mean, that should be obvious enough that I changed it to the trade difficulty up, because geez, these teams, what they're coming at us with, they're really just trying to bend us over a barrel. Yikes. 13-6-2. Let's go ahead and finish up this month, these last 3 games, see what we come out as, and we'll check the rosters one more time. Decent month, I think. Let's see how we finish it here against Tampa Bay, but I mean, overall, I'm pretty happy with how we're playing. Much better than we did last year. So let's see. Did we get the win against Tampa Bay? We did. Okay, 3-2, but it might have been overtime. But we have moved up considerably in the standings. Still got 4 games to play on the Rangers, but they're tearing it up pretty impressively. And let's see, is Malkin still leading the team? No, Crosby is, and he's point per game, which is good to see. Let's take a look. What are we doing here? 11-14, so he's cooled off a little bit. 12-14, or he's just maybe come back down to earth. DeBrincat, 16 points playing on the top line with those 2 studs. I mean, you should at least be racking up some more assists, I'd think. Celebrini, we'd like to see a little bit better, but I mean, he's playing on the second line, so he's playing probably a little bit above his pay grade at the moment. I'm wondering if I should maybe scoot him down. Bunting not doing too bad down there. Makes me think I should probably pop him up. Jeff Carter's got 5 as a +3. And +2 for Okposo, so not too bad there. Nobody really struggling too much. I didn't check the defensive lines, I just realized last time. -5, -6, oof. +9, +11, ooh. But he is playing top power play minutes, so let's do this. Let's switch the pairs around. Let's put Carlson up on the top unit, and let's move Letang and Tanev down. And then what's Graves and Beansters doing? Plus and plus, okay. Happy enough with that. Would just like to see this line step it up a bit, but Chris Letang, 15 points. I am not mad at that. Carlson looks like he's getting back to his true self. Goaltending, this is where I expected us to struggle, but 9-2 save percentage with a 2.54 against, I'll take that. And then Blomqvist is playing great too. Only 2 wins, but probably deserved a couple more. So what I thought would be our biggest weakness is not doing too bad there. Let's take a look at the AHL. No growth. You really wouldn't expect these guys to grow up too much. Oof, -13. What are we doing? But I thought that line would be tearing it up. So let's swap those guys. Ponomarev. We'll put, oh, ooh, look at that boost we get. Nice. Poulin, what's he been up to? Nothing. Bros, nice. Let's maybe move Bros up then. Nah, we'll leave it there. What else do we got down here? -5, -9. Yikes. That's okay. It's a lot of younger guys. I don't have any older guys really to kind of steady the ship. Oof, -13 and -11. Let's go ahead. What do we got? Lefty, righty. Let's move him up, move St. Ivany down. Even though I like him, he's probably not built for that just yet. So we'll have McDermott up there. How many penalty minutes? 29. Love to see it. What about Vukojevic? 10. Okay. And then goaltending, how are we looking? Ooh, 162. What a beast. Love to see that. But do I want to make any changes to the lineup? Do I want to see how DeBrincat plays on that second line with Celebrini, Mapini? Or do I want to maybe move him up to the first line? I haven't played with Crosby for a little bit. Ooh. Let's give him a couple games. Let's do like 4 or 5 games and just see what he's at. So he's at what? He's at -1, 13 points now. Let's give him 5 games. Like I said, I know it's putting him maybe in a spot that's a little bit too much for him right now, but I mean, he is Macklin Celebrini, so it's going to be either a sink or swim moment. Let's see what he can do for us. What was he? Like I said, 13 points and a -1. So we'll go 4 games. We'll check in on it and see how he's doing. So let's see what we do. 5-4 OT win, 2 points there, 1 point there. Okay, 1 point maybe. Oh wait, so it does show OT wins. Okay, good to know. And then we lose 7-0. So let's do one more. See what we come out as. 9-5. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it rolling after that. 9-5 win. Let's see if we can get up another big spot. Okay, we at least get a point. So as long as we're taking points in these games, I'm not too upset about it. Crosby still putting up nice numbers there. Let's see, and he is on the first line power play, so he's probably getting a lot of points there. So he's got 18 points and he's a +2 now. Okay, not terrible. I mean, I'm not too mad at it. Crosby, we saw what he's doing. DeBrincat, Ricard Raquel, Malkin scooted back down. Crusty, Rusty. Now I kind of want to. No, I like DeBrincat up there because Crosby's a playmaker, and if he's a two-way forward, I like having the sniper there because Rusty's another two-way forward. What's Raquel listed as? Is he a playmaker? Yeah, he's a playmaker, and I think Malkin is too. Yeah, he should be a. I think Malkin should be a sniper. No, never mind. He's kind of all over the place. I wouldn't really know where to put him at. I'd have to look at his numbers. All the big highlights I recognize from him are him just putting up sweet ass goals. Jeff Carter's starting to fall off a little bit, which is concerning. Do I have? How's Ponomarev doing down here? Do I want to call him up? What does his stats look like? Decent face-offs, playmaker. On a two-way? He is on a two-way. Maybe I call up. He can't play. I'm thinking I go, because I'm not going to use him, so I want to kind of just trade Puustinen, because I want to call up Ponomarev and Baines and see how they do. So let's see if we can find a trade real quick for Valtteri Puustinen to mix things up in the lineup just a little bit. Where's that little bastard at? Does he have any trade value? Where's he at? Yeah, a little bit. I might be able to get a like a 4th round pick or something for him. Where do we want to send him to? Did Anaheim want him? They did, and they've got a terrible record. Can we get a third for him? That's probably asking a bit too much. They would have 45 skaters. And okay, so let's see if we can. Vegas. Vegas is a big fan of dudes. More than 50. Yeah, see, this is gonna be the problem. Once we get into like 1 year even into the sim, these fucking teams just start loading up on contracts. Toronto has space, but they do not want him. Ottawa, do you have space for him? You don't have the picks. What about a third next year? That might go through. Let me just try a third next year and like a sixth this year and see what happens. Trade rejected. Okay, yeah, that was biting off a little bit more than we could chew. Okay, so but they did take the third. And hell, for Puustinen, a guy we were not going to play and just maybe lose to a waiver, that's a good deal for me. But let's go ahead. Like I said, we're going to go into... No, we don't want strategies. Options. There we go. Menus. Taking a while. Go to roster moves. We're going to call up Ponomarev and Baines because they've been having good season. Podkolzin's struggling a little bit, and also he's a power forward, so I'd rather have a playmaker and a two-way forward called up. But let's go ahead. Let me see Bros real quick. Bros is kind of having the better season than Ponomarev. He's got better defensive stats, that's for sure. I like his poise, though, here. What's his stats? He's a -11. Let's give it to Bros, and let's give him a chance. So we're going to call them up. No waivers on either of them, so if we do want to, later on, we can always shift them around. We'll just go best lines AHL. I'm really not too worried about it right now. Let's see. Yeah, that's good enough, I guess. And we at least got some of our guys some playing time. But let's go ahead. I want to put Bros here. I got to take him off the power play, though. Nah, I can't leave him on the power play. And then I'm going to take Okposo off as well and put... I'm going to put Baines on there. Then we'll swap him and Amadio since he can play both sides. Okay. I like that. I feel like just the way our team is set up, it's pretty segregated in terms of our top-end talent and then our bottom six. So I don't really see any of these six guys breaking into that top six, so... yeah, we'll see what happens there. DeBrincat, we'll leave him there. Defense, how are we doing here? We're still pluses, very good. -4, that's fine. Maybe Gravesy comes up over Tanev. Maybe Tanev and Carlson. Let's try that. And then what we gotta do? Power play. We gotta change this up because I don't want Bros on the power play. But then again, like I said, who else do we have? Lars Eller to play center? Or do I move maybe like Celebrini off the top unit, which I really don't want to do? Put Lars Eller there for now. Do we have anybody else from the forward group that I don't have on the power play that I'm missing? Maybe Bunting, because he's actually putting up some good numbers. Let's put him there instead of Beaners. And then switch... Oh, Rusty on this side. Right-hand shot. Yeah, we'll put him there. Bunting there, left-handed shot. Okay, that works. Let me just check the strategies. Chris Letang, finisher. Yeah, we'll go Brian Rust. And then puck carrier. Okay, cool. We'll go with that. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and sim a couple more games. We still have our boy Celebrini on the top unit, so we'll go through a couple more games, see how he does, if we want to switch him back to that top unit with Malkin. Let's go San Jose game. Let's go actually to the San Jose game. Do 2 more games. We'll slow the sim down just a little bit. 6-5. Ugh, we're giving up a lot of points. I don't really like that, but we're still getting points, which is a big thing. We're not just outright losing these games. So let's go San Jose game to San Jose game. OT win, so 2 points. I'd really like that third, guys. It'd be nice. Gonna come back to bite us in the ass. 7-3. That's what I like to see. 21 wins so far. 21, 7, and 6. I really can't complain. We're starting to separate ourselves out from the top of the division, and we still got games in hand. Not really on the Islanders, but on the Rangers, so we can realistically get to that second spot pretty quickly. But let's go ahead 1 more month. 4-1. Oh, 4-2 loss against the Caps. Oh, of course. Let's take another quick peek, see what we're at. Did I just see 89 points and then 60 was the second? Where was that? Oh my god, the Oilers are destroying that division. The West has always been, in these simulations, super weak for whatever reason. I mean, you'd think the Avalanche would be stepping it up big time. The Stars, what the hell is going on over there in Dallas? Even the Predators. The Thrashers, who I should have put in Utah, because that's where the Coyotes are going to end up. RIP. Rest in piss, you won't be missed. Bringing the salary cap down for all these years. I think all hockey fans should be a little pissed off, but it is always sad to see a city lose their team, because none of us would want to be in that situation. That is for sure. 9 losses. Is that the fewest in the league? It is, besides the Oilers, who are an anomaly, and the Islanders, but not bad. Malkin there putting up some nice points. I like that. Let's take a look and see what Celebrini's been doing there on the top unit. So he's a +5, 25 points. Okay, I actually don't hate that. I'm kind of okay with that. Crosby, 22 penalty minutes. Wow, he's really mucking it up out there. Defending his young teammate, probably. And Malkin's driving his line pretty nicely. I'm sure that power play. Maybe I'll go check that here in a second. I'm sure that power play's tearing it up. Harsh deep bangs, not bad. 9 minutes on the ice. I'd like to get him some more time, and Amadio. So let's take a look here at penalty killing. I don't have any other centers I can really play, so Crosby's got to go there. Bros, and yeah, I mean, I really don't want to take rust off that penalty killing unit either. Let's see if I do put Baines. Do I want to put Baines there? It gives us a +1. Okay, let's do that. Let's go with those 2 young guys there. They got Carlson on the back end, so hopefully that settles them down just a little bit. Eller, and we got Bros there. Maybe I want to put Celebrini. He is a two-way forward after all. He's already 83 overall. How many minutes is he playing? 18. That's kind of a lot. You know, I mean, he's a two-way forward, so he's got good defensive stats, great face-off. Let's put him there. 3rd unit, not too big. This is the 3rd penalty killing time too, so we should be fine. We want some speed out there for sure. But let's see, Crosby and DeBrincat, I like that. Malkin and Celebrini. Let's actually switch that up and go with Malkin and Rusty on that line, and then we'll have the 4th unit here. We'll have Celebrini and who would I want to put with Celebrini skis down here? Do I want to put Raquel as a playmaker? Left wing, Bunting maybe. He's actually been playing pretty well. Let's go with Raquel. We'll just go by overall. He's been doing decent this year too, so I just don't like that we really don't have a goal scorer on that line, but I really want to take advantage of his good face-offs, that 82 overall there. 3-on-3, Crosby, DeBrincat, Letang. I'm fine with that. Malkin, Celebrini, and Carlson. I'll leave that a go. And Rusty, Eller, and Tanev. Good enough. Hopefully we don't make it to the 3rd line. Let's just take a quick look as well. DeBrincat and Matt. Look at this. This is so nice. Studs. Jeez. How are we not first? We should be where Edmonton's at right now. Yikes. But let me just real quick check. Bros is already up 1 overall since we brought him up, and he's a +3, so you love to see that. So he's already where Carter was, and that's a big thing that I notice as well, is if you just leave guys in the AHL, they'll kind of never really pass that 79 plateau, especially if they're already like 22, 23. And so if you bring them up, give them a little bit of 4th line, 3rd line time, that's a big thing why with injuries off especially, you got to find a way to get some of these younger guys into the lineup to maybe see if you can break their ceiling of development at least a little bit. But now that I was yapping all that way, we went on a 3-game losing streak. Let's do these 2 away games. We'll get to the Boston game and see if we've won a game, which we've not. Oh, we're going on a slide. Okay, there we go. We kind of halted it there. No, I don't want to take on $3.4 million for Hall there. Still doing decent. 71 points, so we're comfortably... never mind. I was going to say comfortably in the wildcard spot, and I looked at the Blue Jackets, Hurricanes, and Caps, all with 70. So we're 1 point into that wildcard spot. Jeez. I don't know how I feel about this 3-2-1 point system. I feel like we're just getting shafted here in our division because it's so stacked. Like, look at that. 65 points is the lowest. And then here you get 65 points would be 3rd in the Pacific. Like, goodness gracious, the Oilers. What's going on there, guys? Come on. Someone's got to step it up over there. Ducks, you've had all those top picks. Can we do something with it? Let's go game by game here and see. Just because we went on that big losing skid, we won't go on another losing skid here. Yikes. All right, maybe it's time to move Malkin back up to that top line. Maybe the Celebrini experience is over. He was a +5 last time we checked. Now he is +4. Let's see. Brinket there. He's only got 10 goals, which is a little bit disappointing. I would love to put... Oh, Malkin's starting to drop too. Yikes, we don't love that. Let's put Rust up there, move DeBrinket down. See if that gives him another scoring option. And then Baines and Bros, -3. Ooh, okay, so Baines is not doing too hot, unfortunately, but that's fine. We can just put Jeff Carter back in the lineup. Where's he at? Is he listed as a right wing? Oh, okay. We'll put Jeff Carter back in there, swap him over. And then I'll actually put him back on the top, or yeah, second power play unit there instead of Eller. So let's do that. Jeff Carter, there you go. Have fun, chill out. Maybe we want to move Bunting as well. We'll chill with it. Don't I have DeBrinket as the finisher? Yeah, let's put Malkin as the finisher here since he is the one actually scoring. And distributor, do we want to go Crosby below the net? Not really. I like Carlson being that power play quarterback and the puck carrier. Maybe Sidney Crosby here. Does anyone have gold? Malkin, but that's just coming through. DeBrinket's got them little skibbies. Let's go with puck carrier. Let's go with Carlson. Leave it there. All right. And let's hope that any of those changes we did shake things up a little bit. Like I said, I might move Malkin back up to that top unit, but let's see what they do there. Really want to see if I can get Celebrini to like an 85, 88 by the end of the season and make the playoffs like that. And I think that would really put us in a nice spot. But let's go ahead up to this Philly game. 5-2 win, love to see that. Another terrible trade offer. They only want a second, swap seconds and take our a young, good goalie prospect and give us Chad Ruhwedel back. Yeah, no thank you, Buffalo. You can keep him. We're fine. But let's go ahead, end of the month here, see how we do. Hopefully no big losing skid. Ugh, another loss. Come on, boys. Back to back. What can we do? 2 losses in the division. Terrible. You don't love to see that, especially with the Flyers above us now in points. Big swing. OT win, decent shootout win. Come on, guys, regulation. There we go. We got something back, and we're starting to get a little bit of our cushion back in. Looks like the Flyers fell off. Yeeks. They were above us with 81 points, and I guess they went on their own little bit of a skid there. Oilers still tearing it up, 110 points. The Canucks are starting to come back up, so that's good to see. The division's evening out a little bit. Rangers and Islanders 100 points already before the trade deadline. This is nuts. Okay, so I mean it's pretty evenly stacked across. I'd say, I mean, our division is definitely still the strongest, with the last place team has 72 points, whereas the Thrashers at 69 points. Very nice. Ooh, we got a big game here against the Oilers coming up. Let's see, where do we want to stop at? We got the trade deadline coming up there. Let's get to this Oilers game, and then maybe we'll get to the Dallas game. Oh my god, boy, what the fuck, boys, come on. So I just talked shit on the Flyers going on a big losing streak, and then we just go right back to it. Let me do this, because I think when we played our best, it was when Malkin was on that first line. So let's go ahead back to that. Celebrini's an 84 now, very cool. So we got him some time up there. Russ dropped to an 86, that's not great. Anybody else here? How you doing, Drew O'Connor? Ew, 3 goals, buddy. Come on, what are we doing? Bunting's at least putting up some good numbers. -6, yikes. What if you go both sides? You can. So let's do that. Swap them around. Drew O'Connor, I need better from you, man. Swap them too. All right, and we'll rock with that. What's Eller doing? -3, but he's got 14 goals, so I'm not too upset about that. But 3 goals on Drew O'Connor's part, not good enough. Maybe we need to look at replacing him. Anybody down here? -10, don't love it. 30 assists, kind of love that. I'm just going through the numbers, see if anybody really pops out. This is our boy, our drafted pick, 2nd round pick there. He's not doing too bad, 13 and 14. maybe something to think about there. But I think that will be the question that I really pose to you guys in the comments is, do you think we should ride with what we got? I mean, we don't have a ton of cap space. I think we had 2 million after the free agency period was over. So it's got to be a one in, one out kind of deal. Let's check our defense and see how they're doing. Tanev 84 overall. Oof. Carlson dropped to an 80. Oh, geez. Our whole defense is just falling apart now. Let's go ahead. I'm actually going to switch those guys back around. Like 23 minutes a night, what a beast. 22 minutes a night, 23 minutes a night, and then 13 and 15. Yoink! Jake Bean not doing too bad, though. Let me see this. Tanev, -9. Let's put Graves back up there. Let's give him some time. Tanev's getting old. He's starting to show his age. And we'll swap them around as our bottom pair. Okay, I like that. Decent. But we are starting to lose a lot of overall on some of our older guys, which is a little scary. But let's go ahead. I don't really want to change anything with the power play, but I do want to check and see how it is doing compared to the rest of the league real quick. So let's go, where are we at? Power play percentage, where are we at in our division? Third, 17%. Meh. What about across the league? 28%. Holy shit, Toronto. Okay, so we're like middle, bottom middle of the pack, which is insane. Hey, only in Pittsburgh can we have some of the best players in the league, best offensive talents in the league, and still struggle this much on the power play. Let's see. Maybe that is something we change. I really want to leave Celebrini there, but now Carlson's starting to dip. Do we put Chris Letang? Bang, bang, Chris Letang up there? What are we looking at? 10 and 29. I mean, those are good numbers. I want to take Malkin off the top unit. Don't want to take Celebrini. I don't want to touch the first unit, really. I'm not taking Crosby off it, that's for sure. DeBrincat, 14 and 30. I mean, everybody looks pretty good. I mean, I think it's just our second unit just has nothing really going on for it. Because we don't have a center to toss down there. And like I said, I don't want to take one of our top guys off the unit just to try to improve the second power play. But, I mean, we might have to. 15 and 15 choice. Come on. Maybe Raquel can go up there. 28 assists isn't bad. And then we take a guy like... Celebrini? I mean, he's the only guy I can think to take off the top unit. 12 and 23. Playing 18 minutes a night. Let's try it. Remember that 17%. We're still at a +5. And then we'll take Carter off there. We'll see who has better face-offs. Does he bring us to? Okay, he brings us even at least. Carter's got 87 face-offs. Celebriner's got 82. So we'll move him to the left wing where his alternate position. Leave Carter there to take face-offs, which, I mean, in real life, obviously, I would not do that. Let me just double check the... What do we got going on here? Brinket, do I want to leave him there? Celebrini, Russ, Raquel, Letang. Okay, nah, we'll leave that alone. I think changing the one piece there will be hopefully enough to shift things around a little bit, and then I'm going to leave the lines like that. Let's do like 2 or 3 more games, and then I'll stop it there. Because we are at almost 40 minutes. Jesus Christ, I don't know how I sit here and talk for 40 minutes straight. There are no cuts in these videos. I cut the very first beginning whenever I'm waiting to start talking, and then I just go. So let's go to the Atlanta game, and then we'll stop it there. Edmonton, big overtime win against a great opponent. Couple points, no 3-point games, which is disappointing. And then a big loss. We can't end on a loss, though. Come on. Beat Atlanta. Shootout loss. All right, we'll do one more. We're getting pretty close here because I want to get your guys' opinion on what's going on. Shootout win. Okay, we'll stop it there. 32, 20, and 8. So we're crawling to try to get into the playoffs here, but as you can see, it is going to be a battle to try to hold on to a wild card spot here. But let me know, guys, what do you think of the lines? Should we look at exploring some trade options? Should we look at trading our first round pick to improve the team now? Definitely a lot of things to think about. Let me double check the AHL, see how guys are doing. 41 penalty minutes, not a ton of points. Ponomarov's playing pretty good, 34, so I think he's making a case to come up. Pull Yarvi. Yeah, so let's just do this. I'm going to do it because so I don't forget. So I'm going to move Baines down. Could Ponomarov play a wing? He cannot, or he's not listed, at least supposed to be able to play a wing. I think he's a playmaker. Like, where do we have spot for a playmaker on this team right now? Unless we moved. Yeah, I don't want to take Brozell on it. I mean, he's only playing 9 minutes. He's a +1, 4 goals, 4 assists in 30 games. I mean, decent enough. Carter, 12 and 12 with a +1. I mean, stats look good there. I mean, 12, 16, 16 goals for a third line. That's decent enough. Drew O'Connor, I would say he's been the biggest disappointment so far. Maybe look at moving on from him. I mean, Amadio, -5, playing only 8 minutes. Maybe look at moving on from him. Defense. Samuelson's played decent enough. He's a defensive defenseman. He's not going to put up a ton of points, but see him as a plus. That's Letang's job, is to put up points, and he is, so I'm not worried about that. Same thing with this line with where we had Tanev there before. -12. Oof. In 14 minutes, so it hasn't evened out really yet. Let's switch Gravesy and him back around. And then we'll rock with 37 assists, 32 assists, 10 goals. Guys, let me know. What do you like the lines, how they're set up now? Should we look at bringing anybody from the AHL up? I'll check defense real quick, although I know they're not really probably doing anything. 123 penalty minutes. Holy shit. That is, he's coming up on pace for what he did last year, but oh my god. What about Vukajevic? Oh, they took him off completely. Why would they? A 67 overall, and they take off my stud? Put him back in there. Only 15 penalty minutes? Come on, buddy. Maybe that's why he took him off. He's not doing his job. But yeah, so no real defenseman that I want to call up. I mean, Ponomarev, I mean, this first line be eligible probably to call up. I don't know if we want to call up Ranta right now. He's still listed as a minor league forward. Goaltending, still the same there. What about the NHL? Maybe that's, I mean, 328, he came back up. Maybe we look at trading Jari and just move Bloomqvist in that starting role. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments, what are your opinions on this team? Should we ride it out and see if we can make a playoff push? Or are there some changes to be made? Should we look at goaltenders? Should we look at, I mean, I think our forward group is fine. I mean, I like where we're at. I mean, fourth line, maybe move Drew O'Connor if he's got a little bit of trade value. But, yeah, I do not know. Let's take a quick look. I just want to see how much trade value O'Connor has, and then I'll show, to wrap up, just the top point guys from around the league. Where is O'Connor? He's a left wing. Yeah, he doesn't really have any trade value. So maybe we'll just sit on him and keep him as depth. But let's take a quick look, like I said, to end the video here. Team leaders in points. Evgeny Malkin for us. Let's see around the league. Connor McJesus, how many points do you have, sir? Is he leading the league? I'm going to say Connor. Oh, Ovechkin, 30 goals and 50 assists. Wow, a little surprising there. Where's Connor McDavid at? Wow, wow, he really fell off. Holy cow. 74 points. That's it? Yeeks. But yeah, the typical names are up there. I don't see any real surprises. I mean, Dylan Strome and Ovechkin being up there is a little bit surprising, I guess. Marchessault, Evan Bouchard, I mean, he's up there in real life, I think, right now. Yeah, so pretty par for the course. Nobody young has really made their appearance just as of yet. Connor Badussi there, 66 points in 60 games. He is a +2, +18. Very nice to see for him. And the goaltending, let's take a look. 34 and 7 for Stuart Skinner. Sorry, not Jeff Skinner, that playoff dry guy. Tristan Jarry up there in the top too. So, I mean, he's on that first page, which is nice to see. 26, 13, and 6. What about save percentage? He's not up there, but I mean, we probably have guys playing like 6 games. At least he's not on this list. Juicy Soros, yikes. What's his overall? He's struggling. Maybe we go save him. Is he on his last year of his deal yet? I don't know. Let me see. What was there? One other thing I wanted to check real quick. I can't remember off the top of my head. I guess we'll check goal leaders real quick. Let's see. Austin Matthews 42. Tyler Toffoli, a little surprising there, and he's in Detroit. Wow. And then wow, Yegor Sharangovich. Holy cow! I actually have an autographed card of his I pulled from a pack. So hopefully he tears it up like that. So maybe that value goes up a little bit. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, let me know your thoughts. What we should look at doing. Do you think the team is fine as is? Should we just risk it for the biscuit? Are we just getting unlucky in a tough division? Lot of question marks surrounding the team if we're going to be able to make it. Crosby, Malkin, Letang. Hey, guys' overalls are already going down, so we'll see what we can do. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more videos. I'll get the next one up probably this weekend. We got UFC 300, big Penguins game tonight at the time of recording against the Detroit Red Wings, so hopefully we can pull that one out. Would be nice. But yeah, thanks for watching, boys.